Okay, so today I'm going to be talking a little bit about lookalike audiences on Facebook. So Facebook profiles every person that's using the channel. They don't just know your basic demographics, they know your interests and your behaviours. And all that information is really useful for us to be able to target ads to your customers. So how do we create a lookalike audience? Well, first of all, you need to feed Facebook some information. So we can either use your people clicking on your ads, people that are visiting your website, your mailing list, or customer data that you have. So you give that information to Facebook and then you say create a lookalike audience of those people. So they're going to be the most likely to purchase from you as well because they've got the similar interests and behaviours of the people that already are purchasing from you. Now, when we first started doing this, I was a bit sceptical about putting people into boxes and how it was going to work, but the results speak for themselves. I've been doing some work with a laser clinic in Dublin, and literally within an hour of us putting the lookalike campaign live, she was getting calls and emails from people that were interested. We had a much lower cost per click than when we just ran basic interest targeting ads. So I'm a big fan of lookalike ads now. We are working with Sal's Pizza in New Zealand, who have 18 chains, and we're running a lot of different ads for them, like targeting families, couples, interest targeting, as well as lookalikes. And because it is quite a hard one to target, you know, most people like pizza and they live locally, it's hard to kind of find those common interests yourself. Lookalikes works really well, and they have a lot of click data that we can use. So we give that click data and we say create a lookalike of those people, and the results are really good. We're getting a lower cost per click on the lookalike data. One other thing you can do with Facebook now is a value-based lookalike audience. So if you're an e-commerce store and your purchases range from, say, $10 to $1,000, then we can say, okay, the people that are spending the most money, they're my most valuable customers. Create a lookalike of those people. And Facebook then can create that lookalike, and you're targeting people that are the most likely to not only purchase, but they're most likely to spend the most money with you. Now, one thing that we find, especially with trades, is people that are most likely to convert, you know, they're getting a lot of inquiries, but the ones that are converting are the people with a higher disposable income. They might be on their second home, their mortgage might be clear, so they're more likely to spend money on that extension or that home improvement. With lookalikes, we can actually take their customer data of the ones that were spending the most and going ahead, create the lookalike, and you're not having to do the guesswork in interest targeting. It's all there for you. Another great thing about lookalike audiences, you don't see that same kind of drop off that you see with interest targeting so quickly. So sometimes you can set up a great interest targeting ad, you're reaching the right people, but then it starts to go stale, cost per click starts to go up, clicks go down. With lookalikes, what I've noticed recently is results actually start to tail up, especially if you've got an interest targeting campaign running alongside it, because you're building up the clickers and then you're creating a lookalike audience based on those clickers. The more clickers you have, the more relevant your lookalike audience is, and you'll carry on getting those good results. The great thing about lookalike audiences is you still have that level of control. So just because you're telling Facebook to target people that closely match your clickers or your site visitors or your purchasers, you can also add some multi-level targeting. So you can say just target women that are 18 to 35, just target pregnant women. You can still add those extra levels in to make sure you've got the best audience to suit your product or service. You've heard how it works. Now how do you go and set it up? Well, if you haven't already got the pixel on your website, it's absolutely vital you get that installed. It's just a little bit of code, add to the back end of your site, and then we can track people that are visiting your website and use that data. So that's a top line view on how lookalikes work. If you want some more information or would like a free strategy call with myself or Pete, then just click the link below. We look forward to speaking to you soon.